What's up, guys? My name's Justin, and on YouTube I'm known as the Green Alchemist. I wanted to explain a little bit about my channel and let you know what you'll come to find on here. But really, all it is about plants. I went to college for it. I studied botany and biology. I'm not a professional, nor do I claim to be, but I have over 15 years of experience dealing with bonsais, cacti, any kind of flowering plants, gardening, whether it's fruits and vegetables, or just an all-around kind of aesthetic purpose for any gardening whatsoever. So I do know a little bit about them, what it takes to make them thrive. I know it's really hard to keep up with plants. They don't really tell you what they need or what they want. They do kind of show it. To the trained eye, you can kind of identify that. But a lot of people nowadays just don't really know what it takes to keep a plant. It is really hard, as I was saying, at least with animals. You know you're supposed to feed them. With plants, you know you're supposed to feed them, but how often and how much? It is a little bit hard to decipher all these clues, but with my help, I hope that you'll come to get a better understanding of plants. Trees are one of my favorites, so I love bonsais. At last count, I think I had over 32 different bonsais. And with the plants in general, I mainly like to focus on plants that we share our homes with, not just on the outside but on the inside as well. Plants that, you know, have adapted to our way of life and our way of living as well. I really found those just really interesting. But I won't stop there. I love fungi, and as I was saying, I won't exclude any kind of plant. Mainly though, I do like the plants that we bring inside our homes and the plants that are able to adapt to that kind of living. We do have a little Goldilocks zone that we like to live in, and some plants actually thrive in that condition, but some plants don't. Plants are a great thing to have. They help clean our air, they help purify some of our water, and they're just an all-around great addition to have to a home. What I wanted to do is kind of explain some of the things that I will focus on my channel. I know with every one of my videos I always say that I'm coming to you live from the Big Blue Nation. And in Kentucky, we don't really have a whole lot of professional sports, if we do have any at all. But one thing we do have is college basketball. And the University in Kentucky is my favorite team. I do bleed blue, and that's really where that comes from, is just the University of Kentucky and the college basketball. Also, whenever I sign out, I always say plant prudently. And you know, nowadays in modern time, we are losing forest and experiencing deforestation at an alarming rate. I think that a conservative estimate puts our forest coverage on the planet at about 31%. And that's abysmal. That's really low. With each passing day, our population is just ever more increasing. We are having to fight for land, for farms, for fresh water, for all kinds of stuff. So deforestation is a huge problem with greenhouse gases and global warming. So now more than ever is it more prevalent to actually try and keep every single tree that we can. Now I know mistakes will be made and people will plant trees up against their house. In a year or two you'll have to cut them down. And I just want to say, just take a time and consider that. Think about where you're putting your plant. That way you can kind of give it a future. I've got a neighbor who actually put two beautiful red maples up against her house, and they look beautiful there now, but I can tell that in 3 to 5 years time they're going to be up against the wall, and she's going to have to cut them both down. And you know, maybe that was just a kind of preference she wanted. She's only stay there for a couple of years, and then when she moves, she's going to cut them down or whatever, what have you. As I was saying, I just think it's now more than ever is actually be able to give a tree a purpose. Now you may also say, well, I'm going to stick to my house and I won't move at all, and I'll be there the rest of my life and I'll never cut it down. The fact does remain that trees do live way longer than us, sometimes for several generations. So just because you don't want to cut it down doesn't mean that in the future your siblings or your children won't have to do that. So I just want to say that when I say plant prudently, that just means give it some thought. And I'm not really just a tree hugger. I do love trees and I love plants, and I hope to kind of spread that joy through this channel. I spent almost 5 years working in a nursery, so I do know a lot about container plants. So I hope you'll give my channel a chance and leave me a comment. Let me know how I'm doing and what you think, or leave me a suggestion. If you don't see a plant that I've discussed on here, let me know and I will gladly address that. Well guys, that's really all I have to say. I really do hope you give my channel a chance and that you will like it. Like I said, it's all going to be about plants and fungi and what it takes in order to help them thrive. You all take it easy. Have a good one. Until then, always plant prudently. Thank you, YouTube.